This is a brief tutorial on the layout book that is part of the organizer palette. Now, the layout book is represented by this icon here, which it looks like a sheet with a title block on the bottom right hand side. It's called the layout book, and you can see the layout book if you are in the navigator palette and you click on the third icon in the row of 4 icons here. This is a blank ArchiCAD file in that this is just opened. Nothing's been drafted in it and nothing has actually been changed from the default setup that ArchiCAD provides to you upon first opening the file. So if we look at what is available when you first open the file, what ArchiCAD has done is it's already pre-populated the layout book with 3 folders. Now these 3 folders represent the different stages that ArchiCAD would expect you to take from receiving a new project from a client to the final CC set that is submitted to council. So this first folder is Design SK, which presumably stands for the sketch concepts or the sketch design stage before you move into the DA or development application stage. Now what ArchiCAD has done is it said, well, at this stage, the Design SK stage, you may have these types of drawings already available. These types of drawings to show the client. Okay. To be honest, I don't think that many practices, particularly small residential practices, would ever go to this sort of length. Hang on, I'll just close this. To this sort of length at the sketch design stage. It's just not profitable. It's more likely that at the sketch design stage, the architect or the senior draftsperson may well in fact just mock up 2 options by hand and show by hand the floor plans and perhaps an elevation and a 3D perspective that they've sketched out, and show those 2 options to the client to get an idea of what the client would like and what the client's sort of preferences are in terms of the visual sort of mass of their renovation. This sketch design stage, I mean, if you've got a big project though, such as multi-story apartments or a commercial building, then you may need to go to that sort of level. But what we're concerned about mainly is the DA submission, which has similar folders set up, okay, which you can have a look at if you were to simply just open a new blank file of ArchiCAD or a new project file of ArchiCAD. Now what you'll see is for the cover sheet, which is a typical sheet that's been default populated by ArchiCAD, you'll see a draw. I'll just switch off this, which is that I've just switched off the trace and reference. You'll see the drawing number and you'll see the view list DA. Now this is called the sheet index and the view list. There is also what's called, if I've moved back to the project map, there's also what's called under project indexes a drawing list. Okay, so the drawing list, if you were to look at it, when you open up the drawing list, it gives you all the sheets, all the layout sheets, which are represented one by one, so that each of these are layout sheets. It gives you the name of all the layout sheets. Okay, so this is what we're looking at the moment in this example is SK1 foundation, SK1 foundation, ground, first, second, third, etc. Okay, so you can change the indexes, so the drawing list or the sheet indexes in the index settings. Okay, so you can press OK here and it will change the information that relates to what the drawing sheet will show you. Okay, so a lot of practices, particularly when they're pushed for time and want to get a set of DA drawings out to the client for their review, or perhaps you're the junior drafts person and need to give a mock-up set to your boss, then what normally happens is, for good etiquette, is you should have, as similar to a contents page in a book, you should have the drawing drawing sheet listed here. So whoever's reviewing it, whether it's your boss or whether it's your client, will know exactly what is included. It's like a fax cover page and so forth, if we're thinking of the older school days. Okay. In the next tutorial, what I will do is elaborate on the drawing list a little further.